fucking game. Hello there.
Hello, and welcome to today's session of the Filthy 20. This is episode 4, I believe, of the series so far, and it's been a long way.
Yes.
That all being said, I'm gonna give a quick recap of last episode. If you haven't seen any of the prior ones, what the fuck are you doing? Go watch them. Apart from that, all jokes aside, let's get down to business. Last session, the party had just finally made it up the mountain after realizing the town was afflicted with a very, very dark plague. After taking shelter within the house of the once great alchemist and finding said alchemist who gave them cryptic messages revealed things about their past that they may not have known about each other. They began to learn things. They began to understand that perhaps there's more to each other than they first thought. The doctor, knowing all of this, had a mental break, as it would seem. He dashed into the caves alone, wanting to get the job done, only to be attacked by a creature we have not yet identified. He decided it was all a good idea to quickly grab your things and head back to the main town, where hopefully the doctor can get help. Jackson Haze is the only one to have realized that this was the beginning of the end. Things went as planned. His plan to save the doctor had already been broken, as through those festering wounds he saw the first signs of what he would later become. With me today, I have Sean.
Hello, I'm playing Crow, aka the life of the party.
Not for long. Ruth.
Hello, I'm Ruth. I play Fergus.
Entrix.
Hey, I'm Antrix and I play Alexander.
Unfortunately, Mark isn't here to play Jackson Hayes. For now, he should be coming soon, but we had to get this show up and running because we do have a time limit. Now, you just run down the mountain and you're back at the caravan. The villagers are looking at you as Jackson Hayes has the doctor slung over his shoulder. They're all questioning what's going on as they're still burning their dead. What do you guys do?
I just take a look around. For now.
You take a look around. Most of the people around you seem bewildered, not really knowing what to make of the situation at hand. They seem scared, almost unaware of what they should feel.
So they're more or less emotionally numb.
Not emotionally numb, they're sick of being scared, sick of not knowing what to do. The doctor was their only chance of really knowing what they could do.
Technically, I already know what's happened, correct? I know the cause.
You know the cause, but at this point, if you tell them, it will just cause panic. These people are all doomed already.
I tell them anyways.
Sure. Yeah, fuck no. You decide it's a good idea to say it as you're clambering onto the caravan?
I guess so. I grab their attention. Try, what can I say to grab their attention? Just yell?
Yes. You do so,
Okay.
you yell, you don't have to roll. What do you yell?
Oi, maggots! Listen up!
They kind of all turn their head towards you.
You've got one choice. Leave the infested and live out your lives outside the village, or stay here and die.
They all kind of look at you. They're very bewildered by everything that you're saying. It makes no sense to them.
I mean, I could go on forward and say why.
If you want to.
Probably not a good idea, but since we're here, why not? Your town's been infested by a plague. Those that have scars on their necks, it's too late for you. Those that don't, pack your things and get out while you still can.
Jackson Hayes is finally kind of probed up, and the doctor in the front, and he has the reins. Alexander, shut the fuck up. Let's gonna move on.
Fine.
On that note, you leave the town, speechless. Your cart begins making their way slowly down the frozen road. After a few minutes, you can just hear cackling, maniacal cackling coming from behind you.
Perception check.
If you want, sure.
Okay, not bad today. 23.
You kind of look behind you and you can kind of see for a moment the smoke that was coming out of the main bonfire almost coalesce into a face. A face you thought you recognized. Are you muting and unmuting your microphone?
Yeah, I tried to unmute really quick because I sneezed. Sorry.
It's fine, you can sneeze on. Don't give a shit. Because it's actually more distracting that you mute because there's an actual click. Anyway, you can see a face kind of coalesced out of the smoke for a brief moment, and then it's gone.
Do I remember the face, or do I recognize the face?
Not really. It's just a face.
Okay.
Alright. What do you wish to do? The rest of you guys are kind of in the back along with Alexander Greymane. And yeah, you're just going through this.
I just look at Shaw. I just look at Crow. You know, you still got something on your. You still got something on your face there.
Yeah, I don't mind. While we're in the carriage, I inspect that note that I found last time.
Sure, you do so.
And try to decipher it.
Intelligence check.
Filthy 20.
You begin kind of trying to make ends meet in a sense, and finally you kind of realize this is probably written in some form of cipher, more than likely one that you can crack in a few days of travel. You take out a small little notepad or something and you begin writing down. It takes you some time. Do you want to dedicate your time to this?
Yes.
Okay. Fergus, what do you wish to do?
Is there anything I can, I mean... Don't think there's much to do.
You want to just look out? What would your character do in this situation?
Yeah, I guess just look out of the caravan.
You're gonna look out the caravan. You can see a few woodland critters kind of looking back at you from time to time. Give me a perception check.
Oh my. I got an 8.
You see fuck all. Alright. The cart keeps trudging on. Sometimes you hear the disgruntled sounds coming from the doctor as he seems to be heavily in pain. At about 5 hours in, you guys have to call it a night. You pull up to the side of the road, stopping off the beaten track. Jackson Hayes takes off his coat, puts it over the doctor, that seems to have gone at this point, almost purplish with regards to his skin color. He keeps saying how cold he feels, how everything seems to just flay his skin. What do you guys want to do?
Do I... Sorry, continue.
No, it's okay.
Investigation check on the area before we go rest.
Sure.
For me, do I know of the curse that's afflicting that?
The
19.
curse that's on the doctor currently, 19?
Yes.
Okay. No, you have never experienced it, therefore you can't do a check about it, I'm sorry.
Mm.
Technically no one has, it's like an impossible check.
Yeah, I guess fair enough. Would I know what moon would be out tonight?
Well, you look up. You can just look up. It's an option. Your neck has a fucking
I mean,
pivot.
is it the dark outside or not?
It's not that. It's around the half moon right now.
Alright. Should be fine.
It's the half moon in the sense that it's slowly becoming a crescent, not going into a full.
Yeah. I guess I'll take last watch just in case.
Alright.
You don't need to split into 4. Jackson can stay asleep if he has to. Stay with the doctor for that case.
Alright. You got a 19, right, Sean?
Yep.
You kind of like get a quick lay of the land as you kind of like scurry around for a tiny bit examining tracks. Tracks are mostly from small woodland critters. There's like a few old bear ones, but they seem very, very faded. More than likely, given the current climate, they're hibernating, meaning they shouldn't be a threat, as long as you don't disturb their sleep.
Then there's nothing out of the ordinary.
Nothing out of the ordinary, no.
Okay, then I head back to the camp.
You head back. Fergus, would you want to have set up like a campfire at this state?
Yes, I will.
Can you give me a survival check, please?
$17.
17, congratulations, you're useful. You kind of managed to pick up some
Wow.
woods and sticks and you begin piling them up, surrounding them with rocks, making a very small makeshift campfire. Using your very limited survival skills and what little tools you have, you manage to light it. And slowly the fire begins to crackle. So, the doctor instantly kind of like moves up and just begins trying to warm himself. Crow?
Question.
Not Crow, sorry, Fergus. Can you give me a perception check, and what is your question?
Would it be possible to, for example, heat up some water, maybe use it like a makeshift hot water bottle for the plague doctor?
You can technically heat up a water skin. I will allow you to do so.
Okay, then I do that and give it to the plague doctor to warm himself up.
Alright, takes you like 2 minutes. He kind of like clutches it, putting to his chest. Can you give me that perception check, please?
Me?
Yes.
Yeah. I got a 5.
Flames! Flames everywhere! Yeah, you just kind of focus on the flames more than anything. And you don't really pay much attention to the doctor. Jackson Hayes is kind of like trying to hold him, give him some of his body warmth. And he's just now
Aww, how
coughing.
romantic.
At one point, you see the fire sputter slightly as what seems to be a large amount of blood just lands into the fire pit.
Wait, blood coming out of the fire pit?
No, out of the plague doctor into the fire pit.
Oh, do I see this?
At this point, I think you're still trying to figure out how motor functions work in your neck, so no.
God.
He's just sitting somewhere in the dark, just staring into space, figuring
like-
it out.
Like just like playing with my neck.
Or-
You're like,
Or just twitching a bit, like.
No, you're trying to.
You're trying to
Onto
figure
a
out how
tree.
90 degrees work.
You're trying to see if gravity works. So you look up.
You're
Sean,
like
you
you're
cut
fucking
like
again,
fuck
dude.
there, but anyway. Moving on, I'd say at this point you're kind of like taking stock of your weapons more than anything. Alright.
dunk.
Fergus, do you have any food on you? Perhaps some rations or something?
No, I don't.
Shit. What's it? Crow,
Yes.
you got any rations? I think he needs to eat something.
I have a few.
Can you hand one over here? We'll try and cook it up for him.
I hand over the ration.
You do so. He kind of opens it up. At this point, the doctor like seems very, very meek, very, very weak, as well. His skin is very, very thin. You can see veins and muscles contracting with each cough. It's quite visible at this state.
So skin is basically translucent.
It's almost translucent, but has a very strange purplish hue.
Mm-hmm.
He begins
Like,
like at
like
some
it's running
point.
out of oxygen.
No, not even. It's quite strange. You can give me a medicine check if you want. It's very unlikely you know, but you can guess.
If I get high on this, I'm just gonna go jump off a cliff.
Are
What
there
did I
any
just
cliffs
say?
nearby?
I got a 22.
You yeet yourself out of no. You begin thinking it's more than likely some form of shock mixed in with the extreme cold, but you've never seen anything like it. You remember to a past event that happened with your sister that was somewhat similar, but the thing is, her skin became blue, not purple.
Mm-hmm.
And that was only when she was choking on a piece of bone, the bone of an ox. Regardless, backstory aside, you don't really know. You might think that he just needs more warmth. You kind of like start stroking the fire slightly so it kind of fills out more. You get some more firewood. Crow, what would have you done in this meantime apart from just like checking the area? Do you do anything else?
I continued. Note.
You continue to?
I continue to decipher the note.
Alright, you do so. Alright. Alright.
Just like have a small whetstone.
Just
On
like
me.
sharpening your blade in
Like-
the background. Fuck it.
Yeah,
Alright.
because I don't feel like having to move my neck up and down a lot.
Who knew that was a fucking motor function that every human possesses?
It's
I
called a
thought-
fucking pivot.
I thought
Pivot.
we were in the caravan, and I didn't know.
You know,
I'm
you could
David.
just stick your head. I'm not discussing this. Fucking hell. Eventually, I don't know if it's in this campaign or future campaign where we'll maybe have cans. I'm just gonna have to start drinking each time you guys do stupid shit. I have a
Can I
feeling.
join
So
in on
you'll
that?
be drunk within 5 minutes, okay.
Can I join in on
No,
that?
it's gonna be the
I
point
have a
where
li-
I need donations to support my alcoholism.
I am slightly offended that I do not get to join.
Moving on, I'm an alcoholic.
We all are. What's your point?
Morning approaches. The doctor is in the caravan. You guys let him sleep inside. The rest of you, can you all give me a Constitution saving throw, if possible?
14.
$17.
All right.
23.
23, all right. Sean,
I said 14.
bitch, your mic is cutting.
No, all 14 so, I don't know.
I didn't hear him. 14. 14 is not enough. You suffer from a point of exhaustion because you did not sleep on the comfortable material. Therefore, you will have disadvantage throughout your day.
So I'm the comfiest out of all of you guys.
I mean, you're used to roughing it. You've had gone on hunting trips. The cold doesn't really
Yeah.
phase you. You kind of also...
I know how to make a good bush bed.
I'm
That
surprised.
could have
I'm
ended
surprised
so
I don't know how
differently.
to.
That could
Yeah,
have ended so differently.
yeah.
Moving on with our life. Fucking hell. You guys clamber back in. You decide it's probably best if the doctor stays in the back for want reasons.
I guess I'll just take the front and start driving the caravan.
Alright, you do so. You kind of see like Jackson Hayes, he has this kind of like furrowed look on his face as he seems to be muttering to himself over and over. I should have stopped it. I should have been able to. I
Just
knew
a
this would
normal day
happen.
in Jackson Hayes' life.
And you guys begin hitting the road. Second day. Uneventful. Night approaches.
Just a quick clarification. We're going to the king, correct?
Yes.
Okay, good. Just to make sure, like, I wanted to make sure and clarify.
Yeah, it's fine. Second day. No combat, no conflict. You make it to another clearing. You can see now that the snow isn't as thick in this area. More than likely you're approaching the springy meadows of where you used to be.
Do I hear any birds? Like start chirping or something?
You're trying to hear words? What kind of words?
No. Chirping from a bird, any kind of bird.
You give me a perception check.
Ah, you have failed me, my dice. 9.
Alright. So, you kind of like put your ear, you kind of like perk your ears for a tiny bit. You hear just Jackson Hayes' armor kind of clinking together at most. There's not much else.
Ah, because that's the most beautiful thing I can hear in the morning. The sound of metal clanking.
Well, if you don't want to be randomly fucking shanked by something, then that's not really my problem, is it? I'd rather be prepared.
I'm just trying to lighten the mood.
You wanna lighten the fucking mood? Become Crow or some shit.
Like become a narcissistic asshole that enjoys making fun out of every lightning situation.
Yes.
Suddenly you hear the word accurate.
Cocoa powder.
Fucking cocoa powder.
What's this about the cocoa powder?
No, it's an inside joke.
Should I be concerned?
Yes.
We don't have time for this.
For
For Christ's sake. Fergus, go get the wood. Crow, do your fucking job and survey the area. And Alexander, try and find some small game or something. Maybe we can eat something fresh tonight. The doctor needs what little we can give him. I think he's dying.
Alright. I guess I'll just go hunt.
If you want to, sure.
I haven't hunted in a really long time. What could go wrong?
You're giving us a lot of reasons to trust you.
Wait, what?
You're giving us a lot of reasons now to trust you to get food for us.
I mean, at least I'm gonna try to get actual food, unlike someone's strange dietary habits.
What?
What? Who the fuck are you referring?
I was talking
Am I the
about...
only one that got the joke?
Thank you!
I feel like I'm having a stroke.
What, the cocoa powder thing?
No, the
No.
basic cockroaches.
Oh
The
yeah,
cockroach.
oh yeah.
What, the cockroaches? What?
Watch last
I
week's
don't know.
episode.
Oh god.
I'm glad the person that I made the reference to actually got it. I'm disappointed in you though, DM, that you didn't get it.
Oh, suck a dick.
Considering the fact that it was mainly you.
Suck a
that
dick.
did it.
Suck a dick.
Anyway, yeah. So I guess I leave my halberd behind, considering it will probably slow me down, and I'll just take my crossbow and my longsword.
Alright, you do so. Give me a survival check, both you and Crow. No, both you and Fergus. Crow, I need you to give me a perception check.
18.
Why the fuck did it go on my login page?
I got
Confession
it.
listener.
Sorry.
You said survival, right?
That is correct.
15.
Survival is wisdom, if I'm not mistaken, because I have to reload the page. I think it's 8. Yeah. It's a dirty 20.
It's a filthy 20.
Alright,
Dirty.
all of you managed to do your job slightly well. Not great. It's okay. Bearable at best.
Sorry I couldn't bring in good wood.
You kind of find like some soggy sticks which you kind of have a harder time trying to set up. With regards to game, you don't manage to find much. At one point you kind of like find a half-dead moose, which seems to not have been touched. It doesn't seem to be plagued. More than likely died of old age, which you kind of bring back. But on your way back, its leg gets snagged on a branch and you just see like half of it kind of open up.
Ugh.
And there's just blood and intestines in you everywhere over the snow.
Hey, I mean, that takes half the job away, so.
Who's gonna cook?
Jackson
Well,
Hayes, out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Jackson Hayes kind of like when you bring him that, it's like, where's the other half?
It got lost on the way here.
I don't know.
Wait, which half? Wait, you said the upper part was stuck, right? So
I just have
he's,
no.
you're just carrying around an ass.
I don't know. It's not like I'm covered in blood or anything.
You're not, that's why I'm asking.
Exactly. Okay, fine.
Fuck.
I just found a dead moose and I got it.
Is
There
it
wasn't
still
much
edible?
game, okay? Yeah, it's not late. It should be
Alright.
fine.
Alright. The doctor kind
Wait,
of at this point
Max.
begins. Yes?
Would I be able to check like for the moose, since it's not the first time I've actually lived out the hunt? Would I be
Technically, you
able like to
could.
check if it's still
Try,
good?
sure.
Would there be a survival?
Yep.
19.
19. Alright. 19, you kind of see that this food is very, very stringy. More than likely because the meat has been here for a few days. It's still good to eat. It's not great, but it's good to eat.
I mean, it's something.
Yeah, thanks.
Alright. So, you guys kind of begin cooking. Jackson Hayes kind of like starts stripping it down, taking the letters, putting them to the side, and yeah,
Can I gut the moose?
you can. I mean, the trees did that for you.
They did it partially.
Sure, you take the Nicholas-sized gut that's left out. Congrats,
Nice.
you are very fucking useful, we swear.
And I skin it. Continue to skin it because nature could not do its job properly.
You disturbed nature.
Nature,
nature.
but like, goddamn.
Fuck nature. All of a sudden you see just a random druid like, fuck you.
That's Roan from the other campaign, just like, oh my god, fuck you. She just pops up like.
I need a drink.
We all need a drink. What's your point?
Oh, I have beer in my bag.
Well, fuck you. Moving
just
on with
have-
our fucking life.
They just have sneak.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Well, it's
Oh, hi,
about
Mark.
damn time. And your mic's not connecting.
I'm sorry, I got stuck at work, okay?
What the fuck
It's
was that
fine,
accent?
It's fine. You guys, third day. Jackson Hayes is at the wheel. Alexander Greymane, you're with him. So, what do you guys want to do? You start
Wait,
making your way on the road.
I'm sorry, can I get a brief what happened?
You guys are on the way back to the main village. The doctor seems to be dying. You're trying to get him as much warmth and food as possible.
Okay, is it the village or is it the... Are we going to the king?
We're going to the king.
King. Okay. So, okay, so I'm at the wheel, we're riding.
Mm-hmm.
So, Greymane. I'm guessing Greymane is next to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the rest are taking care of the doctor, okay. Greymane, about your blackouts.
Yeah, what about them?
Before the first one happened, were you attacked by a beast or something?
No. I was simply a worshipper of the god of the hunt. It wasn't just me alone that would worship him. But simply speaking, I used to teach a small group from my village, well, town. And well, yeah. Why you ask?
Well, because your bloodlust, the things that your symptoms that you said.
Yeah.
I dealt with a few people like it. It ain't natural.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Almost wolf-like. Their actions when they black out, almost wolf-like. So,
Well,
and it's all tied to rage. So try not to get so pissy now.
well, that's easier said than done, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, try to get the anger under control. You can control your rage if you try.
Let me worry about my rage.
Also, about my father.
What about him?
It's safe to say he's not a good man anymore, is he?
I'm afraid not, lad.
Then
I'm sorry to tell you this, but after investigating all the witness accounts, it's safe to say that your father is tied his knot with a lot of them.
well, I hate to say this, but if it comes down to it, let me end him.
Sorry, lad. I'm afraid I'm gonna have to let you get in line.
You
Let's just
two
see.
are both fools. You hear from the back of the van.
What do you
Fool
mean?
is for. Sorry.
It's fine.
You would have a man convicted, yet you have no real proof. All you know are rumors. All you know are lies that people have spewed. What if I told you There was a way to see the truth. Oh, the truth.
Is this you speaking, Doc? Or whatever curse is trying to take hold of you?
I don't think the doc can be cursed.
Everyone can be cursed, lad.
At this point, he kind of coughs up. I need both Crow and Fergus to give me a dexterity check to not get hit by blood.
9.
Oh no.
How much, Ruth?
Truth?
Not sure
11.
why.
I'm counting, okay?
Professional, everyone.
I
That's
take long
fine.
to count. Leave me alone.
I'm joking.
I got an 11 anyway.
Mhm. You got
You got a
11
9.
anyway?
Yeah.
Alright. That is fine. So, yeah. Crow.
Yes.
And it's all over your face. This thick, chunky blood.
Wait. Is
You
it on
can't
me as
see
well,
this,
though?
no.
Okay.
It's
Do I see this?
No.
Wait, would I be grossed out by this?
Constitution saving throw?
Oh god.
No,
Wait,
considering
wait.
the fact it's the same person that was eating cockroaches at the
19.
time.
Exactly.
I
Like,
got a 9.
considering,
You just
considering
begin
it's the
licking
guy-
it. It tastes like salsa. You take out some pocketed cockroaches, kind of scooping up the blood and proceed to eat it.
I
Crunch.
used it as a dip.
Crunch. Crunch.
Crunch!
Surprisingly, this isn't the weirdest thing
Do
I've seen.
I see this?
You're in the front, so no.
But you hear the crunching.
Crow, you better not be eating the bloody cockroaches again.
It's funny how you say bloody.
What do you
Why?
mean? I look
Oh,
back.
God!
Oh god!
Boy, you better not make me turn this caravan around.
Fast forward.
Wait, what? I got
What?
Max. Does Eddie get at me because I got an 11, or am I
No,
safe?
you're fine. You're just like
Oh,
me.
okay.
Can I ask the jester if he knows a treatment for the doctor?
You attempt to make any form of connection with the jester, and you're just met with a strange voice. Not the jester. Why would I tell you anything? Why would I betray those that hold me dear?
You're not the jester. Who are you?
I'm someone better. The jester is dead. He did his time. You now have me, Jackson Hayes.
You have to have a name.
Me? Let's just call me Mr. Nobody.
Well, Mr. Nobody, why won't you help us? Well, help me.
You have yet to make a sacrifice in my name. You have yet to prove yourself loyal to me.
I just found out that the jester is no more. How would I have been able to give you a sacrifice if I didn't know?
In due time, my pawns will give you a choice. You will know they're from me. One will wear the sign of a man with nothing left to live. The other will be a young boy holding his life in the balance. You will have to make a choice, Jackson Hayes. Goodbye for now, And let's just say this. The Doctor will change regardless of your events, as so is scripted. The mighty 10 must be born before the solstice.
Mighty 10.
And like that, boom, the voice is gone.
Well, that was ominous.
Yeah. Okay, Jackson here just lets out a big sigh. Well then. Let's keep going.
Meanwhile, would I have fully deciphered the note by now?
Give me an intelligence check.
I just like turn my head slightly back, like everything all right back there?
I start having a stroke.
You decide it's a good idea to eat the note.
Oh god.
Did you get a natural one?
Yes.
Then you actually eat the note.
Oh god.
Would I have deciphered part of it at least?
Made
It's been a
in
few days.
China.
As I see him about to eat the note, can I just take it away from him and
Or
just
stick it out
slap
his
him in the
mouth.
face and tell him no?
Give me a dexterity check.
Come on, Ruth, we're hoping on you.
You can eat blood and cockroaches, but you're not fucking eating paper. Oh fuck. Phew. 24.
Alright. You kind of snatch it out as you just hear munch. You somehow. I need you to roll me a d6.
Oh god.
Not you. Crow, I need you to roll me a d6.
Oh my god.
One.
You deal 1 point of damage to yourself as you bite into your own hand.
Fergus, what's going on back there?
He tried to eat the note.
Fergus, I need you to do me a favor then.
What?
Look at your hand.
Okay, I look at my hand.
Look at
Make
your
a fist.
Should I just punch him?
Yes.
I punch him square in the face.
I try to dodge.
Sure, in your dumbfounded, just bit sure.
Disadvantage though.
Yeah.
Change your dexterity.
Hmm.
I mean, without modifiers, it's a 13 and a 4. So, 16 total.
Alright.
Really?
Rude, roll me a d20, you have advantage given his dumb fuck state.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
You have advantage.
Okay. What do I have to roll exactly?
Strength.
Strength. Okay, fuck no. Oh, filthy 20.
Perfect.
You sock him square in the middle of his fucking face. And he's
Do we hear this from outside?
You guys just hear like his head hits a very hard surface.
Tell a lad, Fergus.
What's going on back there?
I'm with a group of fucking retards.
Sorry, Doc, but it had to be done.
Oh,
For,
I need a drink.
we all need a drink. What's your point?
Yeah, a lot has been going on. Anyways, Doc, is there any way we can stop the blood? Or get you better?
Kind of like reaches into his coat with a very shaky hand. Fergus, you kind of see this as he starts pulling out a vial. Inside you can see the strange looking creature. Give me an animal handling check.
Is it a puppy?
Yes, it's a puppy in a vial. Oh god.
Oh my god! Oh god, no! Oh no!
It's a very tiny chihuahua.
How much did you get?
I think. Wait, I think she's still reading.
The power of maths.
Da, 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 da,
Any
da,
day
da.
now.
Okay, okay.
Professional stream, everybody.
20.
20.
Got
I
a
feel
20.
like 20.
You kind of like, again, looking at this creature for a moment, and you kind of realize this is a scorpion, as it's one point its stinger like kind of taps at you rapidly. But
Aw,
it's
cute.
strange, very, very strange. Its scales in itself seem to almost be chromatic as they change.
Don't you
According
mean
to the light.
exoskeleton?
Whatever. It's exo. Shut the fuck up, Ruth.
It's exoskeleton.
I will shank a bitch.
That's the proper term.
Alright.
Anyways, it's monochromatic and pretty.
Mm-hmm.
I want to keep it as a pet.
Shut the fuck up. This creature must... It must sting me. It will stop the pain for now. So,
But is it too dangerous that it can hurt you, or it just numbs the pain?
its effects on people very heavily. If I am correct on myself, it will cause the blood to clot upon the where it bleeds. Someone must hold it and pierce me with its stinger.
Okay, who has enough brain cells to do this? Not Crow.
Not this campaign.
Do we hear this from outside?
Yes.
Do you want me to stop the card dock? I'll do it if you want.
If you want to, sure. And if I said that in my voice, not the doctor, fucking retarded. Thank you for the bits, appreciate it.
Welcome. Fergus, you think you can do it, or shall I do it?
I'll try.
Alright, so.
What's all the commotion back there?
We're
So,
stopping the
animal
cart.
handling.
Alright, 1 second. I just stop the
Max.
cart. Remember, I'm driving the cart.
What do I have to roll?
Aren't I the one driving the
You
cart?
can do a animal handling check if you want.
Wait, Max.
Please.
Who's driving the cart?
Is it
You were
aren't I-
Are
driving
you
the cart
fucking kidding
and
me?
Alexander was next to you.
Yeah, so I'm stopping the cart.
Wait, isn't Haze next to the doctor?
No, me and you are outside.
Ah.
Max, I got an 8.
You got an 8. Okay. You kind of reach for it and you uncork the vial. Shit. Okay, I need you to roll me a d4.
D4. Excuse me while I try to find with a D4.
Just find the triangle.
That's fine to try. Inspiring words by an inspiring man, ladies and gentlemen.
There's just so many stuff in this
And the
box.
fucking
Okay.
Emmy goes to anyone else but Sean. Fucking
In the
Danny
meantime-
DeVito gets an Emmy before you.
In the meantime, while
Max.
Fergus
Oh,
is doing that, can
how
I
much?
just go around?
You feel your stomach begin to churn as your skin begins to feel very, very flaky.
But why?
You are going through extreme mass dehydration.
Did it sting me? Wait.
Yes,
Yes, it stung you.
Oh, okay.
Hence why you rolled it to see the
Gee.
effect.
She...
You fucking think?
Okay, so, Jackson, help.
While not Crow, he's unconscious. While Fergus was doing that, could I have been gotten out and gotten into the back?
If you want.
Yeah, that's what I would have done.
Alright, you start with the cart, you get in the back, you see the retard just pull out and yep, sting right
Hey.
in the hand. And he's just there and you see his skin and his entire face look like he's sucked on 200 lemons at once, like ah!
Only 200?
Yes, only 200. Go back to sleep.
Could I do? Is the scorpion still in the vial though?
No, it's currently crawling over his hand. I need to give me an animal handling check with disadvantage, as it now has more space to move around.
Me?
Yes.
Oh no.
Okay.
A TPK by a small scorpion. Oh god, no!
17 was my lowest. Max.
That was my lowest. That's fine. You kind of grab it. You kind of have it like in your hand, pincer between two fingers, as it's kind of like.
So I asked the doctor, where should I sting him?
Alright, seriously, what the hell is going on back there?
You're just like there with the horses. One of them just randomly took a shit, and the entire like cart moves a bit as it runs over it.
Greymane,
What?
do you have any water on you, or can you look around if there's a lake?
Just douse me in the lake. Just grab me and throw me in the lake.
I have some water left from my water skin, but if I use it, we'll need to refill it again.
Just throw me in a lake.
You'll die without water.
Greymane, we'll refill it. Pass it back here or come back here now.
Fine, fine.
You kind of like stop the horses.
Stop. Yeah, I stopped the horses.
Clump,
like, I
clump,
grabbed the
clump.
water skin.
To the back.
Wait, we weren't moving. We stopped.
We were. No,
we
were.
were still moving.
When-
You stopped for a
when-
moment till you got on the back and kept moving.
Like when you went to the back, you gave me the reins. I was driving the cart, and we're still alive.
Surprisingly.
That should say
Well,
enough. Carrying on, however.
I asked the doctor, where should I sting them? Where he has the wound?
You must sting my neck. It's the quickest place that will affect all my body. Kind of like
Wait,
leans, and you
hold
see.
on, Max, hold on. Do I see the scorpion in Mark's hand?
Yes.
I just like look at Mark like, all right, before you do anything, do you have any experience with those?
We don't have time for this, Grammy.
Yeah.
Stab my fucking neck.
Why he says I stab his fucking neck?
Give me a strength check.
Oh god!
Don't kill him.
Oh god! The 16 total.
You kind of push the pincer in, and it does break the skin. As you can just suddenly see, like the entire scorpion kind of shrink down like a grape into a raisin. And the color begins to reappear within the actual skin of the doctor, as all his muscles seem to uncontract, and just he begins almost seeming full of life again. Well, that made me feel much better. He kind of like grabs the vial and puts the very, very knackered scorpion into the vial.
Question: am I still sucking on lemons?
No, you're given water.
You're now sucking on a water skin.
Okay.
You're just like fucking water like pouring down your face.
Okay, considering the doctors and Fergus's state now, should we set up camp for them to rest up?
Well,
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken, we're very close to where are we exactly? Kind of like sticks his head out now. You can see they're very full of life out of nowhere. Not too much.
The doctor is very full of life now.
Yes, after the sting, he seems to be like on his feet again, moving around a lot.
I mean, I don't
alright,
think it's worth it to just stop if we're close to somewhere. We should just gonna keep going.
Yeah, we should probably keep heading over to the same road we're on. We should eventually reach a town. Then the town we can fill up, get more supplies, and even send word.
all right then. I'll start heading us there then.
It
Well,
shouldn't take us more than
Grim-
2 hours, and given the we should have more than enough time.
Got it.
Grayman, can I ask you a favor?
Yeah, what do you want?
Can me and the doctor stay in front? Can you keep an eye on these two?
Sure, why not?
Am I still
Yes.
unconscious?
Constitution saving throw.
Yep, I still am.
How much?
9.
You begin drooling.
Do I
Yes.
see this? Do I see this?
Yes.
I just like look at Crow and I'm like.
Special.
Can I see the note in their hands?
You probably see it extremely crumbled now in the very tight grip of the dehydrated Fergus.
Fergus, what's that in your hands?
This is the note that he tried to decipher, but then he got too stupid and he tried to eat it.
Can I see it?
Sure, I can hand it to him.
Do so.
Okay. What do I roll to see if I read it?
You can give me a... What the fuck are your languages?
Max, you did say it's in common.
Yeah, you did say it's
Oh yeah,
common.
that's sense in common. I'm fucking retarded.
You know.
At this
How
point,
did-
there's probably notes on it of me trying to decipher
Intelligence check. Yeah, intelligence
Wait,
check with
why-
disadvantage because all the random notes.
A question.
Yep.
Why was it difficult for Crow to translate it if it was in common?
Okay. Are you looking at the stream right now?
Yeah.
That's why. Anyway, moving on. How much
So,
is your intelligence check, please, with disadvantage? Because there's a bunch of extra writing on top, and you're not sure what you're looking at.
Okay, 18 was my first one, then 17 was my second one.
Through the very scattered notes, you believe that it might be some form of cipher and/or code.
Okay.
You're not sure what kind of cipher. This wasn't really your line of expertise or anything like that. So yeah.
Well, Fergus, keep this safe. We'll try to get him to decipher it properly. I'm guessing Crow has efficiency in deciphering.
Not really. He's just
Trying. He's trying his best.
His
Trying his
character,
At most, you can say
He's
that
trying
from the
his
notes I
hardest.
was onto something.
I mean, his character isn't the smartest in the party. Like, evidently.
That's a little bit of an understatement.
Hey.
Anyways,
Eh,
Doc, let's jump in the front.
Yeah, as you wish. And kind of like just jumps out, hop up, on the front. Alright, let's get a move on. We should be there by
Yeah.
2 hours. 1 hour if we push the horses ahead, but that's gonna be risky.
Yeah, that's
all of
not
you
risky.
settled in back there?
Yeah, we're fine.
Alrighty then.
These idiots are still trying to do something.
Alright.
I'm still sucking on the water skin.
At this point,
Um,
you're just sucking in air. You're like a fucking
Yeah.
human vacuum.
Water.
I tell the doctor.
Yeah.
I tell the doctor. Listen, I told you before you left to the caves that we're from the future. In the future, you had an ability to talk telepathically. Can you still do that?
Well, it's a trick I picked up from an old bar wench a few towns over a few years ago. I
Oh
think
my
I can
God.
still do it.
Can you try? I kind of need to talk to you privately.
He kind of like winces for a moment, and you kind of say like one eye is big, the other is small, and you begin hearing like static in your head. Hello, is this thing on? Hello.
Yeah, in my head I say, yeah, it's on. I hear you. It shows that you still know to it.
Okay.
Is that why he wears the mask? So he doesn't look like he's wincing?
Sure.
That
Let's
would
go
make
with
so
that.
much sense.
Basically.
So, Doc, I'll answer any questions you have about the future.
Well,
I
that's the
asked
thing.
something.
I ain't got no questions.
You looked very distorted when we told you.
It's my future at the end of the day. It's not Jackson Hayes. Was I a good man?
Well, considering me, from my perspective, you were.
Alright. Well, then there shouldn't be a problem. Let the actions take their course. If you guys came back, then everything's already pre-written.
Yeah, I need to ask you about something though, about in this timeline.
Sure, what's the problem?
What can you tell me about Mr. Nobody? That's the name, right, Max?
Yes. Mr. Nobody?
Yeah.
He's gonna do an intelligence check. I ain't heard that name in a long time. Mr. Nobody used to be a bedtime story. We used to tell kids to keep them really sleepy and really scared of stumbling out after dark. Mr. Nobody was a, well, child kidnapper back in the old days. He used to move around in the nightlife picking up random kids that would stumble out after dark. He'd take them to his workshop and just remove bits of them, returning them back with limbs, fingers, organs, everything missing. We're not sure why. As far as I'm aware, the story was based on reality, but even then, the reason why it was called that is because when the kids were asked who did this to them, they'd always answer with nobody. They would never remember what happened to them.
I see. And what do you know of the Jester? The Kingslayer?
Kingslayer? Another intelligence check? Never heard that name. I ain't never heard of such thing. I mean, do you know the king?
The Mad King. Would I remember what if the Jester called the king a name?
I'll say you do. I'm not gonna look up the exact details. You just say the name. I have it written down somewhere.
Same, I'm not gonna look it up.
King Henry IV. I don't fucking know something.
No.
Words.
What are they?
Exactly. Potato.
Potato.
Well, that king you mentioned, he's still alive. And is he?
I see.
At least I think he is. I haven't gone around his place in a few years, but last I checked, he was still alive.
I see. And also, when you said about me judging my father, you said something about there's something to do to see the truth, all of the truth.
Yeah.
What did you mean?
Well, simply stated, how do I put this? Kind of like reaches into his cloak for a few moments and he pulls out this vial, and inside you can kind of see this bluish speck that constantly has liquid moving around it. This thing is pretty rare, but it allows whoever to take it, well, let's just call it true sight. It allows you to see your father for who he truly was when he's in person. But if you want something stronger, kind of like puts it back in and he pulls out this kind of test tube looking vial with a very fluorescent purplish liquid. This right here, well, no mortal man has been able to stomach it for long. As long as you can stomach it, you can ask it to show you an exact person and show you exactly what he's doing.
So, they will show me the truth about him.
Well, if that's what you desire, then yeah. This little concoction here works mainly on what you really want to know.
So, how much is it gonna cost?
Look, you basically saved my life back there. If it were anyone else, that cost him an arm and a leg, but in your case, take it. I understand finding your father means a lot to you and getting to know what happened. It ain't my place to judge or my place to ask questions.
Well, you see, because it just dawned on me. You probably don't know what I've been through. You see, I don't remember them from when I was back in the future. All I remember is being in the King's Guard and hunting witches.
Kind of gives you a very, very worried look. What you're saying is true. Are you sure you want to know?
If my father is an evil person, if before he did what he did to my mother and myself, he has to be stopped. Maybe if it really was him that hurt Fergus's parents, maybe I can stop him in time. That's why I want to know.
Kind of like gives a very distant sigh as he kind of like moves over slightly in his seat. Look, Jackson, I consider you a friend. If your memory is wiped, that's some strong magic. And it was put there for a reason. If you wanna go burning up old memories, I'm not sure. But it's your life. Drink up.
Yep. Is it safe to do it while we're in a moving cart?
I'll take the reins for now. Kind of like he reaches over.
Okay.
Another Constitution saving throw.
Oh.
Guess who? It's your boy.
Oh.
Mr. Nobody.
Crow.
It's
No,
your boy,
no.
Mr. Crow.
Constitution saving.
Yes.
21.
You begin waking up. You're very groggy and your mouth tastes of copper.
Would be
Well,
copper
look
or
who
iron?
woke up.
Does anyone want to knock him out again?
No.
Okay.
Wait,
It
wait, 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 wait.
Intelligence check from the dumbfuck character going in 3, 2.
I knock him out.
No, you have to roll an intelligence check first.
I got a 4.
Roll me a strength check.
but you know.
Can I try to dodge again?
In
Sure.
your tired,
Your
extremely
dexterity-
scuffed
Dexterity
state.
check.
With disadvantage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of them is a natural 20, the other one is an 18.
I'm disappointed the other wasn't the
18.
natural
Wait.
one.
Wait, 18 total. 18
Uh-huh.
total. Yeah, you don't meet. I'm sorry. I got a fucking total of a 23.
You
By the way, I'm wearing plate armor, so.
clank.
No, basically I guess.
Dang!
Why do I smell of copper? Dunk!
And on your forehead imprinted, there's just BM like B
Like, you know how-
A
you
M
know-
F.
Nah, not even.
Wait,
Not
before I
even.
take this vial, do I hear this donk?
Yes.
It's a very
I-
dunk.
I just say, I am traveling with a bunch of idiots. And
But
drink-
we
Why
love us.
You just realized
Do I
this
hear
now. I
this?
said it like 3 times in my fucking almost dead state.
Do I hear this?
Yeah.
Just look at him like, oh, shut up. It's not like you've done any better.
the only times I fit him was to make him work.
Hi and welcome to slavery.
That's not so wrong. Oh, God.
Hello and welcome to Domestic Violence. I will want.
Hello and welcome to why my channel will be banned. Moving on.
Anyways, Greymane,
What?
don't knock him out again. I think he learned his lesson.
Are you sure?
Wait. There's a lesson involved?
When
I
it's
thought-
crow, when it's crow,
I-
there's always a lesson involved.
I thought we were
Will
just
you
knocking
all
him
be
out because we were knocking
motherfucking
him
quiet?
No,
You're gonna
Don't knock
raise
him
the
out again.
dead. Quite literally, we're passing by a cemetery.
out. No.
well,
You kind of look and you just see it now, like a cemetery passing by.
Wait,
Okay.
I gulp up the serum.
wait. Guys,
Oh.
you need to roll to see how tempted you are to bury me there.
No.
No, no.
Okay, how
Just
many
for
of you?
temptation.
Okay, Grey Mane roll.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure, wait. He's gonna roll to get out of a moving cart.
No,
just for
he's gonna roll to see
temptation.
if that's a good
Okay.
fucking idea. Because
To
apparently
bury
his
him in the
character is
cemetery.
impulsive.
Which is actually very hilarious.
Aren't all of his
I got a
characters
17.
Yeah.
No.
17, you
No.
realize this is a horrible idea.
But I am very tempted.
You're tempted, just...
But it's a horrible idea.
Yeah, it's a horrible
Do you say your
fucking idea.
temptation out loud?
Do
Nah,
you?
nah.
Okay.
Nah.
Jackson,
I just
do
like-
you drink?
I just-
Shut
I
the
just-
fuck up!
Yes. I've been trying to drink it for a while.
You just like that.
Wait, hold on. Before anything though, no, this is actually serious. Do I can I go outside, like out of the caravan, to go pay my respects?
No, because it's moving and you
Okay.
guys are on the time crunch.
Okay.
You press
And why
F.
would you?
Okay. I press F.
Max, I'm considering the first one's gonna be a Constitution saving roll, right?
Yes.
Alright, they did it. 21 total.
You drink it. As it slides down your throat, you kind of feel like warts are growing internally within your esophagus as it keeps trickling down. Your eyes before you just begin hallucinating. What would Jackson Hayes be thinking?
Brought his father.
Papa?
Shut the fuck up.
Fuck off.
Daddy.
Oh God, that's worse.
You begin
About his
hallucinating
father. Okay.
massively. You begin seeing a man in a large grey coat, a glowing dagger on his side, and a long scimitar which emanates this green glow as he walks through this cave, moving it about. Before him, you see this large metallic door with strange insignias. I need you to give me another Constitution saving throw.
19 total.
Alright. You managed to sling it some more. You see him run his hands over the insignias and in a language you don't recognize, but a voice you do. You just hear the words. Give me an intelligence check.
Intelligence check. Oh. Natural 20 to 21 total.
You
Alright.
smart as fuck.
You somehow managed to decipher
okay.
the words, and so much so that you actually gain this as a language later. I will tell you post stream during the week. You just hear the words. Open the eyes of the ones that are blind. Open the eyes to the ones that want to believe. Let my words not fall on deaf ears. Let my vows not be in vain. A green mist appears above the door as it slowly slides open. Inside, for the brief moment, you just see this large black ichor floating. Another Constitution saving throw with disadvantage.
Okay. Okay. 18 both.
Still. You see the eye begin to coalesce. The ichor coalesced into an eye. Its pupil red and veiny as it looks down at this room person as he pulls his hood back. My king, I am here as promised. With me I have the contracts of 50. Are these worthy to your cause? In a very large booming voice. 50. You promised me you'd have 80. Sir, these are all I could gather. I have a feeling I'm being watched. If I got more, perhaps. I do not want excuses. You know the price of failing me more than once. First I'll take the mother, then I'll take the child. You kind of see him like very sheepishly drop the contracts down on the floor. Yes, my king. You're a pathetic worm, Haze. Your bloodline was cursed from the beginning of time, and yet you stand here groveling like a peasant. You are blessed to even be in my presence, yet here you stand. Weak. And weak. Give me another constitution saving throw, double disadvantage.
Well, okay, 8.
At that point, you get up and projectile vomit all over the countryside. As the doctor kind of like gets the vial that you didn't completely drink and be like, nope, 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 put it back in his coat.
Do I see this?
I mean, you suddenly hear, "Oh!" and you just see a large torrent of green-brown puke-scented liquid coat the countryside. It's like a scene from The Exorcist.
Wait.
I
Wait,
know what you guys are
wait.
thinking.
Wait, this is very important.
Crow
This
isn't
is
seeing
very
this.
important. This is very important. Max,
Yes.
which side of the countryside?
Not the graveyard.
cemetery? Okay, thank God.
He has the common decency not to do it on the fucking corpses, unlike you.
Oh, this reference you get.
So I'm back.
You
to
feel
it
the
then, I'm
cart
guessing?
lurch slightly as he does this.
From what I just learned, I tell the dog to stop the cart.
He kind of like pulls the reins for a moment. What did you see?
My father is not guilty. He's doing everything he can to protect us.
Protect you from what? What's going on?
The king.
What?
As
King?
you did say the voice was the king, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But wasn't it like a floating eye?
I'm not sure. I got out of it before I could figure out his name.
Do you know what it looks like? Do you know what it sounds like, even?
Can I explain how it sounds like?
You explain it's a large booming voice and he's just like shrugs. Alright, what does it look like? Does he have like big ass robes and a fancy hat?
Would I have? I took a glimpse at the king,
You
right?
saw the eye, you actually saw the eye.
I tell him about the eye.
As you kind of mention it, you see his features kind of furrow rapidly.
What is it, Doc? You know something.
If I'm not mistaken, your father could be in some real deep shit right now. If he contacted who I think he's in contact with, there's a reason why your memory was wiped.
He wanted 80 people. My father gave him 50. He said he'll take my mother. If he fails again, he will take me.
Did he fail the first time or was it the second?
I don't know. I was pulled out before. He said first I'll take the mother, then I'll take the child.
I need to make sure when we get back to town, but right now, first priority, see what the hell's wrong with me. Second priority, see if we can even get the kid alive. Alright.
Kid alive?
You know, the Duke's kid. The entire point of this fucking shit dig.
Yeah, agreed.
And that's where we're gonna call today's episode.
تمام اكزاكتamente ونفس الليل. Nice.
Alright, I hope everybody enjoyed today's session of the Fully 20. We will be back next week, hopefully. Nothing goes wrong. And yeah, I honestly hope that everybody enjoyed it. We're doing a lot more RP sessions, for the simple sake that this was meant to be an RP based game. Yes, there's going to be combat from time to time, but if you're only interested in combat, you're in the wrong podcast, you're in the wrong stream. I'm sorry, find another stream. If you have any questions or want to ask even about how to DM, how to be a better DM or stuff like that, you can do so even on my game related streams. I am an open book. I will share what information I do know. And on that note, I hope everybody enjoyed it. Take care, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.